Hi, welcome to L Anime Cap. Today we will gonna recap a 2009 anime series called Death Note. Spoilers ahead, watch out, and take care. The movie opens Shinigami, or God of Death, sitting in the underworld, and other Shinigami playing in the underworld. High school students learning, and the teacher asks Light Yagami a question and he answers it because he was the best student in the school. The smart student gets bored by life, and one day he saw a notebook falling from the sky through the window while he was learning in school. After the class finished, he goes and pick the notebook up. The notebook is called Death Note, and there were a lot of instruction about how to use the death book in the cover, and the first line says that a person whose name written on that notebook shall die. After reading this, he put the book down and think it was a joke. After that he goes back and he put it in his bag. After he gets home he reads the whole instruction. Some of the instruction says the person should know the name and the face of a person which he writes. If the cause of death isn't written in 40 seconds, the person simply die by a heart attack, and after writing the cause of death, details of the death should be written in the next 6 minutes and 40 seconds, and again he thinks that it is a prank. After that he watch a criminal displaying on TV and write his name in the notebook. After 40 seconds the person was dead live and the hostages that he caches goes out. He shakes in fear and thinks that it is a coincidence. And one day when he goes into a store at night, he saws a bunches of criminals trying to rape a woman, and in the conversation he hears the name of the leader and write his name and the cause of death on the notebook. After that the man get hit by a huge car, and Light Yagami was totally believe that the notebook is real. After that in the underworld, Ryuk and other demons are talking about Ryuk's lost notebook, and he told them that he dropped the book in the human world. After Light come home he goes to his room and locked it, and after he turns the light on and begin to see many names on the notebook, Ryuk show up in his room. Scared he asks him who he is, and Ryuk tell him all about the death note, and he calmed down. After that Light tells Ryuk that he is not surprised and he was waiting for him. In the conversation Light asked Ryuk that when he kill people he will be a murderer, and Ryuk said that the consequence of using this book is that when he dies he will neither go to hell nor to heaven, he just vanish from the existence in the long run. Light ask why he is chosen for this, and Ryuk answer that he wasn't chosen. The thing is, Ryuk bored in the underworld and he intentionally dropped the notebook on earth, and Light say he also bored by criminals in the world and he will gonna get of them, and he planned that he will become the god of the new world. Light's mother knock the door of his room and Ryuk tells him to open it because nobody can see him unless he is the owner of the notebook. In the school Ryuk is constantly talking with Light and he tells him to shut up because unlike Ryuk the people will notice while he talk and think that he is a freak or stupid. When they get home Ryuk asked that why he works so hard, and Light replayed that he has so many things to do, and that is he should study hard and keep his scores high, and he should stabilize his health and also write names of criminals on the notebook. While talking Light's younger sister knock his door. When he hear that Light put the notebook in the shelf and open the door, she tells him that she need help in her homework. Ryuk tells Light that he should be careful because if his sister touches the notebook she instantly can see Ryuk. And because of the unexpected death of criminals the institutions of the world assemble and talk about the situation. In the conversation they didn't get any clue about the man who is doing this, so they decide to include L. A person in the meeting asks the Watari is L, and he relayed that they don't know L's real name and where he is. In fact they don't know his real face, but he never fail in solving any cause that he takes. After that a man announced that L is already in the move. That man is the only known person that can contact L, and after that L talks through a computer. He said that this is a very awful crime and the whole world should be with him to solve the investigation, and also he needs a total cooperation with Japan police officers. After that one of the person who represent Japan asked why Japan in particular, and L replayed whether this is done by individual or a group. The possibility if they are in Japan is high. And the man asked that what is all this based on? And L replays and he said that I will prove it to you, and said most of the criminals that are dead are in Japan. After that he said he wants to make the investigation headquarter in Japan. Light hide the notebook in a place that no one can found. If even a person finds the hide it will eventually set a fire and burn the room, and if somebody asks him why he do that he just went to protect his diary, and Ryuk tells Light that he is the best death book holder of all humans. Peoples were talking about this unexpected death of criminals around the world through everything. People give the person who do this Kira, which comes from the English word killer. In the news a person called Lynn L. Taylor displays and revels he is the mystery's L. And he calls Kira a criminal. After that he says he will make him pay by death sentence. When Kira hears that he gets very angry and write the name of the person. After 40 seconds the person which is displayed on TV dies in heart attack. After that the real L talk on television without his face and real name and tell that the person which dies a second ago isn't he but a criminal secret which is death sentence today, and this program was just displayed in Japan. By this he conclude that this Kira can kill a person without being physically present, and he has no connection to a high-valued police works. Also he found that Kira lives in Japan, and asks Kira to kill him, and after a minute he says you gave me a useful hint, so you can't kill all you want. And said he will sentence him to death and said I will catch you soon. Kira confidently accept the challenge. In the headquarter Japan, L and other police officers are discussing the cause. One of the police presents that the death occurs between 4 p.m. and 2 a.m. in weekdays, and this pattern doesn't work during weekends and holidays. By this L conclude that Kira is a student. Watari asks the group if they have something to add, and Matsuda raise his hand and tell that the violate crime rate decreasing throughout the world. Meanwhile Watari comes to his home. At this point we know that he is Light's dad. And after that he hacks his dad's computer and know that the police conclude that their prey is a student. After that he discovers that he can specify the time of death. By this he can kill a person while he is in school. After weeks the police officers know that there is a change in the death pattern, and the police expect that the Kira that they are looking for is not a student. But L said to them that they miss a point, and that is when they suspect that Kira may be a student the pattern changed quickly, and that means Kira has a connection to a police. After that Light says that if L is smart he should suspect a student which has connection to the police. And when he knows that he can't trust the police that work in the organization, so he will come out himself and face him. After that 3 men leave their job because they are afraid to be killed. In the class Ryuk notices a man who spy on Light, and when the class is over and Light is going to home Ryuk tells him he was being followed by someone. When they get home Ryuk tells Light a secret, and that is Ryuk can see any person's name and also their lifespan displayed in their head, and he do it by using his Shinigami eyes, and if Light wants this ability he should make a deal to pay the price, and the price to Shinigami eyes is half of his lifespan.